Hey, hello, hello, hello. Oh, today is December the 23rd. Today is um 2 days before Christmas. And this time of the year, what? I've been through what, 65 of them, and they always still the same. I mean, they wasn't the same when I was young and my parents went way out. My mother went way out. They had all the trimmings, all the yummy you can eat. Oh, the Christmas cookies, the walnuts, the candy, the Christmas candy. You only see around Christmas time. And oh, the food was excellent. And you had all that, but it was not a happy home. Yeah, I had a big, nice tree with nice gifts up under it, but it was not a happy home. Um, we was all separated. We, you know how you see people, around the Christmas tree laughing and singing. I don't know. I think that's just in the movies. But I'm sure it's in some homes that's their tradition. We had no tradition. We had no family values. We had no family love. I grew up in a family that was void of empathy, feelings, and most of them was devout Christians. You know, they was Christians, and they loved to go to church, but their church face and their home face was totally different. Um, we would go to church sometime, and I guess I really didn't get into church because I asked my mother one time why she didn't give us a Bible, because there was only like one Bible in the house and it was hers. Okay. And you know what she said? She said, "You didn't like church anyway. That's why you didn't give me a Bible." So that shows you that really church is the focal point. It's not about how you treat people or how you live. It's just go to church, give your tithes, and you'll be fine. You are on your way to heaven. And that was the main goal. Not making things better. That was not the main goal. Some people took it upon themselves to um, activists, but not in our home. And I just want to talk a little bit about myself. You know how you grow up in a family where there's really nothing, no love. It's basically mentally and physically abuse, no guidance, no family values, no family traditions. Uh, I just look back and it's all bad. I really don't have any family good memories. And even to this day, I don't have any kind of connection with my family at all. I have four sis, three sisters left. It was five of us, and I speak to none of them, and don't want to. That's the sad part about it. Um, they don't want to talk to me, and I don't want to talk to them. And I have one sister. Every time I say that, it just, ugh, I could just. But she is my mama's and daddy's other daughter, so um, I hope never to see her again. There's no way in the world she could ever say anything to me. Okay. I know this is how bad it is. I know she's not coming to my funeral, and I'm not going to hers. Okay. That is a honest quote. Uh, and um, we never we never really got along, but um, we did speak every now and then. We even, I even went over her house a couple of times. She never went. She never came. My family never came to my house for some reason. They didn't want to come to my house, but I came to their house, and um, there might have been once or twice. We never really got along. Uh, uh, I would watch her kids. She never watched mine. I watched her kids one time for a whole week because she was in somehow she had some kind of complications after she had her last child, and I watched her kids for a whole week. Um, but she said something. I just found out this. This is how bad it is. I don't know how long this lie been going on, but I just found out that she told. Hello.
Hi, this is United States Post Office calling concerning mail issues you're having.
Yes. Yes, I
May I
can't.
help?
Yeah, I can't get into my mailbox. The key, uh, it won't turn the lock.
Okay, sounds like I need to reorder the key. So I'll put an order in and it'll take about a week for you to get it.
Well, I don't know if it's the key or not because the key I have fits in there. It just won't turn the lock.
Right. We'll have to replace it because we don't know
Uh huh.
where it is either. So,
Okay. Okay. So, well, how can I get my mail out of there? I tried to wait for the
um,
mailman, but I don't. I'm not sure what time he comes because he comes at different times.
you can, whenever you have a chance, come up to the post office and put a hold on your mail until your
Okay.
key comes back.
Okay.
All right. Have a good day.
All right. Thank you. Bye. Okay. It's always something. Um, she. Okay. We wasn't talking. We hadn't talked in about. I can't even really say because the last maybe the last 30 years we might have talked maybe three times. Um, so we hadn't talked, but then when our mother died, we started talking, and that didn't last long. because I felt like you can go see everybody else, but you can't come see me. It was some old, really don't even matter. And we got into it, and she started saying stuff about me, and I started saying stuff about her. And then her granddaughter got into it and said, uh, uh, you need to stop talking to my mother like that, something like that. Because we all know what you did. Okay. I'm thinking, what came to my mind is my daughter burnt her arm, and I think they think I did it because the way it was, she was burnt. But I know it had to do some. She burnt herself, and I don't know. So I'm thinking that. But then my sister made the comment. Oh yeah, we all know that you molested your daughter. I'm like, that threw me. I almost fell out my chair. I'm like, oh, I cussed her out. I'm like, that's that's why I didn't let you. That's why I didn't let my grandkids be around you. I'm like, so all these years you had your kids and grandkids thinking that. Now, mind you, who could have told her that? And then this is how my family is. They would hear something and they would believe it. They never come to you and ask you, is it true? They just believe it. It must be true. But if they knew me, they would know that is absolutely couldn't happen, wouldn't happen. I would never do anything like that. I, oh my God. Oh, anybody that would do that need to be shot dead. No, skinned alive, tortured for the rest of their life. I mean, and um, and I'm thinking, because lately, I've been hearing stuff that been said about me. Just like my niece, her daughter, gonna tell me that yeah, I don't know how it came up, but she gonna say, well, we don't know how to approach you because you know you slap granddaddy. So if you do that, no telling what you'll do to us. I'm like, bitch, is you out your fucking mouth? I had said bitch before I knew it. If you knew my father, you would know that if I slapped him, I would not be sitting here right now. Okay. I was scared of my daddy. I'm scared. I'm still scared of him. And he's dead and gone. I'm still scared of him. Uh, we did not say. We knew not to say stuff. Um, because I knew my father would shoot me. He had pulled a gun on me twice already. And the first time, wait a minute. Oh, the first time was, uh, they told me to get some shoes back from a friend. I let her borrow my shoes and I didn't do it. And he got me out of my bed and made me walk down to my friend's house with a gun in my back and made me get those shoes. So you gonna tell me that I slapped my daddy? Now how did that lie come out? Well, I found out. My father had came over to my house and gonna tell me to make my boyfriend leave. And then my daughter, I'm gonna get to her. She told my father something that made him come over there, and he started hit me in my head. Now, mind you, I'm 27 years old. He hit me, and I turned around. I picked up a broom, and I turned around and said, Daddy, don't hit me no more. And he had a gun on me then. So the thought that, and then I found out my mother told me that I hit my daddy with the broom. So I'm thinking, you mean to tell me my father went back and told my mother, or she just mentioned I picked the broom up and she assumed I hit him with her. But why would she assume that I hit my daddy with a broom and I'm not in the hospital or dead somewhere? Okay, because my father was mean. He was mean until he left us. Yes. So that was another lie. It's so many lies. I'm not even gonna get into all of them. And my daughter, she would lie. She lied on me so many times, and I believe she the one that told my sister that, because they love to say stuff so they can justify their hate for me. Because I have 3 kids that hate my guts right now. I have 3 kids that I haven't talked to in over a year. And before that, maybe in the 5 years, maybe in the last 5 years, I've done talked to them maybe 3 times. Like, put it like that. And I'm like, why in the world would somebody tell that lie? That's what they do. That's the kind of family that I come from. That's why um, I don't hang around them. And they kind of, and they hate the fact that I don't know, and nobody in the family would talk about it. Why is there so much hate? And when I try to talk about it, they'll start hollering at me. Oh, nobody hates you. I don't know what you're talking about. Ain't nobody did that. I'm like, okay, okay. This is not a dysfunctional family. This family is not dysfunctional. It is so dysfunctional. We won't even go to each other's funeral. The whole family is dysfunctional. Um, I never knew my mother. I met my mother's parents or my father's parents. I never knew them. We did not grow up. We did not grow up where, you know how you say, "Oh, it's your grandma's birthday. Let's send her a card," or anything like that. No, we never did nothing like that. Oh no, hell no, no. And my father, he um he accused me of taking some money. Um, and no, not no money. Well, he did a long time ago, but um, this is how that happened. This was when we were still in. This is when I was young, and I was still staying at home. And my sister, the one that I'm talking about, that she and her boyfriend was upstairs in my daddy's room, and they gonna call me upstairs, tell me you want to hit this joint, and like a fool, I went up there, and the next thing I know, daddy accused me of taking his money. All she had to say was, Teresa was up here. That's all she had to say. And come to find out, she done took the money and gave it to her boyfriend. And he was riding around on a brand new bike and stuff. Yeah, but this instant was I went over there. Now, mind you, I had been smoking. I was smoking crack. I was a crackhead, and I went over there. We was walking home. Me and my boyfriend and kids was walking home. Not walking home, but we took the bus. Somehow, we stopped over there, and for some reason, my stomach was hurting. I think that's why we stopped over there. And I was in the bathroom for about 40 minutes. And when I came out, uh, went home, and next thing I know, my father calling me, telling me I took his watch. I'm like, took your watch? I didn't go nowhere but to the bathroom and back outside. I said, no, I didn't take your watch. Oh, yes, you did. I'm like, all these other people that was over there. I'm the only one that took his watch. And um, he was holding some money for me. So I said, well, I'm coming over to get my money. So I went over there to get my money. And you know what he said to me in front of my kids, my boyfriend? He said, you ain't been shit since you was 5 years old. And my mother was just standing there in the back, just looking. To this day, I don't know. I look at a 5 year old and I'm like, what in the world could I have done at 5 years old to be ain't shit? So, and that ain't worse. He just said worse. That's the kind of family I grew up in. And I had siblings and parents that hated me. Now I got kids that hate me. Wow. I have no friends. I do have my youngest two. They the only ones that I get along with. And I have 13 grandkids, six, no, eight great grandkids. And I know none of them, except one that lives, that uh, my last two, her son. The rest of them, they don't like me. I have a grandchild that's 30 years old, and I've only seen him twice. Sometimes I wonder how in the world. Sometimes I wakes up and I try not to think about it because it hurts. And that's what they want to do. They want it to hurt. They want me to feel hurt. And if I tell anybody that, they always think, what in the world could I have done that your whole family hates you? I don't know. I asked, but I never get an answer. My kids would tell me, uh, I didn't I didn't raise them right. I didn't love them. I'm like, I don't know what they expected. I mean, I was young. I was 15 years old when I had my first child. And then when I got about 26, I got on crack. My kids was like 2 years old when I got on crack. Oh well, I had kids when I was 15, 16, and 18. And then I had my next one at 25 and 26. And and then I had my next ones, my next two, when I was 35, somewhere like that, 35. Yeah. And my first four kids, none of them stayed with me after the age of 13. They all left home. Uh, they wanted to go out in the streets. They didn't want to be better than me. They didn't want to stay in school and get an education and get a good job. No, they wanted to go out and smoke weed and have kids, and they wanted to do everything I did but better. You supposed to not do everything I did. I'm telling you because none of our none of my nieces and nephews graduated. We didn't graduate. I had my child at 15, and I didn't graduate. I didn't go back to school, and my mother never asked me to go back to school. They never said, "Tracy, you going back to school?" No, they said, "Get on welfare, get food stamps, and wait." That's all you worth. That's all you gonna be anyway. So I was a welfare mom. I was on welfare for 35 years, and Social Security. Kids got Social Security. Um, I didn't really work. Um, that's probably why I never met got any friends because I didn't go to school. All my friends that I had in school went their separate way, and I didn't have no job, so I didn't meet people at jobs. And if I did meet somebody, they was dope heads. All the men that I met was just alcoholics. Well, not alcoholics per se, but that's all they did was drink and get high. So what I'm trying to say, what I want to say is this: that's you can fill in the blanks. That's how my life was, and I hope nobody ever, but they are. There's some out here worse than me. Went had worse families than me. It's hard. It's hard to think, but it is some families that are way worse than mine. Yeah. And the only reason why we haven't killed each other is because we don't be around each other. Yeah. That's the only reason. Because it was a few times that I done fought all my sisters except one. She was the best sister we ever had, and she died when she was only 36. And I've had to fight the rest of them. They didn't put me out. I didn't been through some stuff with them, but I have always tried to communicate with them. I would go and visit them and stuff, but I won't do that no more because they never came to visit me. Only time my sister came to my house, um, I think she's been to my house twice, but the one first time she came to No, the second time she came to my house, she only came over because she heard I got some money, and she came over to borrow some money. And you know how she paid me? $20 here, $20 there, which is fine. I mean, I don't even know if she gave it all to back to me. I just stopped asking her for it because I would have to hunt her down to get it. And it's the same families are like that. Uh, I when I was growing up, I wanted to be a teacher. I loved teaching. I love standing up teaching. I used to play like I was a teacher, but nobody grows up wanting to be a dope head. Just happens. Why? And then I wanted to be a public, and then I wanted to be a motivated speaker. Um, but see, I have a way of looking at things different than most people. I I tell the truth, and the truth is not um is excuse me, is not what people want to hear. Um, the truth is not really going to get you rich and famous. That's for sure. If anything, it'll get you dead. Uh, and then about 4 years, 5 years ago, I started going to school to be a public administrator. And I wanted to be a public administrator, which I don't think I would have been a very good one because I tell the truth. And I can't stand to hear people say stuff that's not true. Say stupid stuff. That bugs me more than anything. You sitting up there saying stupid stuff. That's why I couldn't be really a mainstream reporter because um, I've been a slap Trump or anybody else that getting up there saying some stupid stuff. I know I would have been slapped Marjorie Taylor, whatever her name is. Um, Especially when she said that stuff about Kwanzaa. I would have ran up on her, like, what is you talking about? Why you got Kwanzaa coming out your goddamn mouth? Bam! See, that's why I stay away because I try not to, because I know how people is. People don't like you to talk to them like you got sense. Okay, it's too many people that have been killed and in jail. And like I said in my other video, I've never had a white person call me a nigger, but that the names don't hurt me. Now, if you put your hands on me, that's a different story. Okay, and but people like that is got a habit of putting us down, destroying our character and destroying our young ones, because see, our young ones is hearing that and they seeing the adults just sitting around ain't saying nothing, got us looking weak as hell. We keep on sit up here letting them say all this stuff. Just like them people um, that suing that idiot for defamation because people was threatening them and all this stuff. I'm like, damn. Coming on and they said people was coming up in their house and talking to them all crazy. I'm like, man, we weak as hell. If they had came in their house, why they didn't leave in a body bag? Why are they not getting threatening phone calls? Somebody got in their ear. Oh, don't say nothing. You could sue for some money. You could become a millionaire. It ain't always about money. It's about showing our young ones we ain't weak. We ain't. This ain't 1880. This ain't 1960. Okay, because in order for people to learn to govern themselves, see, that was wrong. We're not teaching our children or ourselves to govern ourselves. We don't need nobody to tell us that is wrong. Just like them young folks that's out there stealing all those cars, they know that's wrong, but they wasn't taught to govern themselves and make sound decisions and become law-abiding citizens. Because a lot of these kids are growing up in homes that steal is their last name. So, and we have to teach our kids to be leaders, not followers. And we have to teach them to learn common sense. That's not common sense. All y'all getting together to go and bombard in a store and steal all the stuff. All you doing is making it. You ain't getting that money. You ain't getting that money because half of them now is broke as hell. You're not building nothing. You tearing stuff down. You making us all look bad. We don't have no collective of unity to build each other up. Stupid. When are we going to stop being stupid? Because we live in a country where they already think we stupid, and then we keep doing stupid stuff. Okay. The ones that got the keys to the jail, and the ones that feed us, keep our lights on. If we can learn the law of nature, and times of, and there is a time and place for everything. Okay? You don't have to be rich right now. These young ones, I can make $200 a day. You are not doing anything that you get $200 a day. A 60-year-old man don't even get $200 a day. And what are you going to do with $200 a day? Buy some $800 Snickers? Huh. And we're not teaching our kids how to appreciate the environment. How to be friendly with everybody. How to have friends of all nations. And respect your elders. I have never seen in my life. I'm an elder and I still respect my elders. I mean, that's just how we grew up. See, I don't know what's wrong with these kids. I think the food that they eat, or are we eating and pass on to them because we were scared of our elders? Because we believed them when they said, I brought you here and I will take you out. And you could do it and get away with it. I remember one time my son, oh, he kept getting on my nerves. I was in the welfare office. And man, I said, you know what? I whooped his ass right in front of the security guard or the police or whatever it was. And he didn't say nothing. He just looked. He ain't paying me no attention. Huh. Um, we have to learn how to overcome past mistakes, because a lot of these times we will discipline our kids, but we don't teach them how to learn from your mistake and how to show redemption. Um, and improve yourself. Don't keep repeating the same mistakes. And when our kids is born, we have to look at that as not as a baby, but a adult, a mature adult. You have to teach them how to become a mature adult, a new generation that's going to build up a better world. I know, it seems like that's hard to do because you have a lot of nations out here that you see how they live in it, and it's just like they're just surviving. And a lot of us is the same way over here. In this rich country, you just survive. You just work, go home, cook, clean, go to bed, get up, go to work. It seems like that's all we're doing. And when I go out and ride around, what I see, people just hanging on the corner, going to the stove, going to the corner store. But we need to teach them how to become mature adults who can grace this beautiful earth with dignity and honor, and to raise their children to become worthy and wise leaders, educators, doctors, and anything they choose to be. And their goal is to have less prisons. We should be closing prisons up, not building more. And when I realized how many prisons are in Ohio, I was shocked. Shocked. And build more community centers and more schools, less hospitals. You know what they do in hospitals now? They are branching out. They're coming bigger and better. The churches are getting bigger and better. But our lives are being destroyed within. And I hear about how bad the homelessness is getting and how bad the immigration is getting. Why? Because we have so many greedy people that is making people so depressed and so bad that they don't even want to live in the country that they was born in. And they think it's better over here. That's what makes it so bad. They think it's better over here. We need laws to stop waste. And we need more freedom to be judges as individuals. and not by past deeds. We need a community of people that is equal, separate but equal. That is why I want to learn about policy and law so I can make changes. Well, I want to help make changes in how we see one another and ourselves, and giving all a chance to have rights that are equal, and we all can rise up to have our needs met and our talents challenged in a way to ensure that we are living our best life. Not the American dream, because that's for people with old money. That American dream. Okay, we have to think about the new money, and the new money is going to be entangled in dignity and honesty and empathy. All right, thank you for listening, and I hope that one day peace and harmony will be in all our lives, because we have to, because it is, if we could live our life positive and 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 happiness, and everybody can come together, that's what we all want. But is that what we all were trying to do? You know, like I always say, get off the propaganda and start indulging in wholesome conversation. And um and we don't have to be so negative, you know. Okay, everybody, thank you for listening, and please comment and subscribe, and I will talk some more. Thank you for listening.